Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We've been playing a bit of Rocket League in our Bankers versus Broncos event for 2025, and now we move on to the final game of the night, Fortnite. Will the Broncos be able to keep this night undefeated, or will the Bankers put one on the board in the infamous Battle Royale? Let's see what we're going to get ourselves into. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Bryce Jensen, calling all of the action. And now, Bryce, I understand the particular mode that we're playing is a smaller, bite-sized version of the standard Battle Royale that there is available in Fortnite.
Yeah, so what we are going to be playing tonight is a version of Fortnite called Zone Wars, which is essentially a Fortnite Battle Royale mini. So it's going to be a lot smaller map. Everybody already has weapons that are given to them randomly, but all the weapons are around the same quality. So every single person is going to have an equal chance at winning. And it's not going to take nearly as long as a normal match of Fortnite, which is why it is going to be in a first-to-3 style win. Every single team, so the top two teams, whoever scores that first three and the person below them, are going to move on to our finals. And then the other players are going to be going into a lower bracket as well. We're going to do 2 games of those, then we're going to do the lower bracket finals, and then we're going to go on to the grand finals with the top 4 teams.
Well, even if they are a little bit more bite-sized, I could still imagine we have quite a bit of gameplay to get through with 4 games on docket, so not to waste too much time, but we'll see which Broncos fancy themselves to be Fortnite players. I know Doc Haskell has a lot of experience in Fortnite, but I don't know if he specifically is going to be playing with the Broncos tonight, and just how good ICCU is, too. They're both major wild cards in the actual talent that could be brought to the table.
Yeah, Fortnite is so different from every other game that we broadcast here. I mean, we know a little bit about what people are doing on the MOBAs. We know a little bit about what people are doing on the sports games, like we saw last night with college football. We know a little bit about racing games and car games, like the Rocket League. I mean, a lot of the racing stuff doesn't really go into Rocket League, but I mean, it is still a car game after all. And then, of course, we got your 6v6, your 5v5 shooters. You got your Valorant, your Overwatch. You got all those people. But Fortnite is a little bit different. It's almost like a sandbox building game as well as a first-person shooter. And, I mean, not everything always connects, so it'll be interesting to see how and what people prefer playing. I mean, I myself am not very good at Fortnite. I've never been very great at Fortnite, but I will say some of it is pretty fun to just shoot around with because, I mean, it's been out for 8 years. They had to have perfected gunplay at some point.
Well, you would certainly hope, but we're just going to have to see as we're ready to head on into Zone Wars here for the Bankers v. Broncos Fortnite battle. Who will walk away with the victory royale, and then who will be left with the, I don't know, what do you want to not get left with?
The place, the something place that doesn't say one, that doesn't say onced. So if it doesn't have that bright blue banner, then you're probably...
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I got it. I had no idea what kind of word onced was.
Onced. I mean, you got the number 1, and then you got the ST. Onced.
Okay, that... Bryce, it's getting too late to bring out this type of lingo on me. I just want to see someone grab a pump shotty and just start getting heads.
Or threered.
Bryce, just let it go. Okay, let's go. Can we get to the actual Fortnite battle? Because I can't take this anymore. I'm just saying.
Hey, I mean, that's the last one it works with, because 4th and 5th already end with TH.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. I bet they do. Well, we're just ready to drop on in and see what these players fancy. I mean, look at that coordination. That
He's locked in.
That is just the most locked in face. I don't know if it's a particular camera angle there. That looks a bit more normal. It's just that particular camera angle made it look like his eyes were rolled back in his head. I was getting creeped out there for a second there watching that.
Well, I mean, if your eyes are rolled back, you just sense what's going on the screen. You're like Daredevil in a way, except, you know, I'm not sure how well that would translate because Daredevil can also touch, and you can't really touch in video games. Unless you're in VR, but this isn't VR. This is on computer.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't played, you know, Fortnite Pocket Watch Edition, but I hear it's a significant downgrade.
I mean, I don't think the mobile scene for Fortnite has been out for a while, just because it has become such a really big game. And for it to become a big game, you got to have some pretty good players. And to be pretty good, you have to follow Doc's keys to the game. In Fortnite, have a plan for your drop. Work with your strategy. Make sure that your teammate is the one that you are with and not somebody else. And beware the rift.
You can just say drop plan. You don't have to say plan for your drop. I'm not talking to Yoda here. All right.
Drop, you should.
All right. It's all brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union. Thanks to ICCU's continued support for Boise State Esports. Boise State Esports has won multiple national championships and piled up more than 1,500 wins. ICCU is looking after your daily balance. You can visit ICCU.com.
Go to bank, make deposit.
Okay, Bryce. Here's the thing. Okay, there's a certain thing of you say a joke, and then there's the punchline, and then you move on to a new joke.
Yeah, but that joke was so funny, it surpassed the punchline.
Well, like overlived its welcome. But anyway, we still supposedly have 4 whole matches. 4 whole matches of drop the beat, whatever the kids are into today.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel so old here. I am not up to date on all the latest slang.
It does kind of fit. I mean, 4 matches and 4 tonight, so it all comes together in the end.
I suppose it does. I do know that Fortnite, like, that's a specific, like, isn't that supposed to be like
2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah, there you go.
In ye old English, it's a 2-week period.
Well, we're just still getting ready for these players to drop on in. If I was seeing some Fortnite, I would imagine that I would be on the edge of my seat right now.
They got to pick skins, you know? The skins matter a ton to your frame rate.
What copyrighted character are we going to see? Because they're all in Fortnite now.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, in the competitive scene for Fortnite, to my knowledge, we don't actually see a lot of the crossover characters because apparently this is all Fortnite pros talking. I have no idea if this is true or not. But apparently, depending on how much stuff is going on, like with the skin, like if there's stuff moving around or like if there's particle effects, it can actually tank your frame rate a little bit.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, but, like, it's not super noticeable unless you're looking for it. So, like, professionals see it really easily, but, like, most normal people wouldn't really know what to do about that. So,
heaven forbid that I play on 340 frames per second rather than 350 frames per second.
I know, right? I mean, such a difference. I mean, it's not like the human eye can only process 120 frames per second.
But they can see it. They can see it.
Yeah.
Okay? Trust them. They can see it.
They can see it. I mean, maybe they'll break out the banana, the big banana. The peely banana.
I like the peely banana.
The banana is pretty cool. Unfortunately, there are a lot of monkey skins in the game, too. So,
are you sure it's not like a Dole banana or some sort of company tie-in? Because, I mean we're playing Fortnite
It's tied to the Peely company. And in Fortnite lore, it's a pretty big company. It's like, what's the name of the – it's the fruit company with the lady with the fruit on her head.
Oh, Chobani. No,
Chobani's the yogurt company.
No. Chiquita.
That's what it is.
That's it. Yeah, the Chiquita banana.
Yeah, it's like Chiquita bananas of the Epic Games cinematic universe.
I wish I had a banana to wait here. I mean, we might as well snack on something as we're ready to dive in. I mean, the Fortnite has just mutated into so many things right now. Like, it is insane how much stuff you can do on Fortnite as like a full platform.
All right, well, we are going to be jumping in. We are following GM Woot, poking out with the heavy sniper rifle, looking out at the enemy team. Shots ringing out. Nothing really found, though. Shohei Okardi. That's a pretty funny name right there. And Hovey Bainin. That's who we are going to be following for the rest of this.
Oh, my goodness. Someone's diving all in.
2 are gone in an instant. And just like that, we are spectating another team. And Virdex makes his second appearance of the night. And Royals as well. A little bit of an appearance from our Valorant team.
If I do remember from the time I did play for Fortnite, this isn't a hit scan weapon. You have to account for bullet drop on this sniper.
Yeah, on the snipers, you do have a little bit of bullet drop. Luckily, unlike a lot of the newer weapons in the game, the OG Scar and Spaz shotgun do not have bullet drop off like a lot of the new ones do. So it's only the sniper you really have to worry about. So maybe Royals can use some of his Valorant knowledge to kind of give himself a little bit of an edge in the aim game.
He's definitely finding himself in a pickle now. Not a whole lot of cover. Can't fight from the high ground. Rose is going to hang on to that high ground for as long as he...
Well, Wraith is going to end it off with a snipe. Round 1 done.
I want to see more.
Yes. We saw 1 round. Now we just got to go into the 2nd and 3rd. And from the looks of things, Royals and Wraith kind of had it on lock. Veerdex was kind of just scoping things out for him. He was spotting the opposition. He was doing some things. You just don't quite know until you get into it. But you know, we just gotta lock. Lock in.
Yeah, it was a big wind up. Unfortunately, he just finds himself in the storm just a little too much. Sometimes you just underestimate how fast that's closing in.
Yeah, especially in a mini Fortnite game like this. I mean, the zone moves, I believe, at 30-second intervals, too. So you are rushing to get those fights completed before you meet your demise to overly aggressive weather.
All right, so that's 1 round down, and we will be ready to see which team continues on. I mean... But it's hard to judge, though, because by the time we got into it, you know, there was already a good amount of eliminated players.
There was one team that was already gone, and then there was, I believe there was the one team that got dove onto that we saw at the very beginning. And, yeah, it was just one team left, and there's not a whole lot to look at over there. I mean, it is only 4 players. So unless they're staying alive for long enough to get stuff done, it's going to be a little bit hard. But Shohei, with the Otani skin to back things up as well, is going through it, and they are actually in a squads game now.
Well, takes a little bit of a headshot. We'll have to refill. We'll be able to revive a teammate, though. Woot back in it.
Eat some fish while you're at it. You know, fish are a very good nutritional source. They have a lot of essential vitamins. Shots ringing out on Javi Bainin. Trying to get some stuff done. Unfortunately, Shohei seems to have forgotten what his movement keys were. He's just standing there.
Yeah.
Menacingly.
I mean, I don't know how menacing. There we go. There you go.
He's moving.
The man can walk. We're making progress here.
Well, we know he can score runs. I mean, he is on the LA Dodgers. He is the GOAT on the Dodgers right now, but can he shoot? That is the real question.
He finds himself on the other side of that ramp, so can't jump out. In fact, he's not really building at all here, even though everyone has 750 on all of the materials.
Yeah, shots are still ringing out. No one really knows where anyone is, but there is somebody on that left side. GM Woot finds himself at the wrong end of a bullet on this time as well. Once again down, he is going to be finished off this time. No coming back from Mr. Woot. It is 3 members of the Shohei Ohtani squad against the world. It is a 3v3, though. Whether those 3 are on the same team is a question in and of itself, but down to 37, he's going to have to play this a little bit more safe. 1 health remaining. Eats his fish, gets his vitamins, but unfortunately, another teammate falls. Poseidon soon to follow. It is all up to Cardi, but taking that much damage, he is going to go down again to the Royals Veerdex and Wraith team, taking 2 points on the board.
So if that team just goes up to 3-0 completely, are we going to have to play more rounds to find out who's the second place team?
I am going to call in a rain check on that one, and we're going to have to figure that one out later.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No, I understand. You don't want to be giving out false information.
I'm going to roll a D6 since there's 3 other teams, and we're going to have them pick 1 through 6, or 2 numbers between 1 and 6, and then whatever it rolls, that'll determine the winner.
All right. It sounds perfectly fine to me.
It sounds perfectly balanced. I mean, they all scored the same.
I mean, it does seem like there's a clear distinction between the builders and the non-builders here.
Yeah, who plays builds and who doesn't. I play 0 builds, personally.
Yeah,
I don't have the finger dexterity to switch to all
builds
of my different
was
builds.
fun when the game was new, when everyone was bad at it.
Yeah.
But then it gave to a point where you hit him with one bullet and there's a mansion in front of you.
You know, I got really good at building on controller, and then when I swapped to playing on keyboard and mouse, I could never recreate the magic. It was super weird, because you'd think it would be easier. You have so many more buttons to push, and once again, we are on Shohei Ohtani. See if he has a little bit more luck in this round.
Problem is, he's just been, I mean, his strategy so far has just been to run across the grass, which I get a baseball player, you know, he's trying to emulate the game he's most familiar with, but hasn't really been able to match the other teams who are just building up to the sky, and not really too much of an excuse for that when everyone starts out with equal materials.
Yeah, and there's really no harm in making that really big push towards the center. I mean, if you do get to the center and bunker down, they're going to have to push into you, but once again, just running in and is able to
that's
get tons
rude.
of value.
Yeah, uses...
Although, Veerdex is down. They're going to be down a player moving into this final matchup.
That's like absolutely no respect there, building into their base and building the spike trap as well.
With the bird as well, nonetheless. The pickle, oh no, that's the alien. That's Bush Camp Dad, and unfortunately, he goes down. I'm sure that wasn't the actual Bush Camp Dad, because he'd be off in a bush somewhere.
That is just complete and total BM right there.
Yeah.
Just not even using the gun hardly, just building every single spike trap he has.
And Team 3,
Whoa!
left,
Hello.
Royals is going to go right into the storm. He's going to tag somebody for 100 though. So taking a little more damage than he received, or dealing a little more damage than he received, takes out the Terminator. Who would have thought a bird is more strong than the Terminator when it comes to gunplay? Lots of kills being wrought through. Wraith managed to take out Captain Hook, once again seeing him. And Royals showing off the edit skills. The hours in edit courses really paying off here. And unfortunately for Lord Vashisma, just not quite in the right spot. And that is going to be Team 1 taking the first round.
So we know Royals and Veerdex are going to be moving on pretty darn comfortable. I mean, not going to lie, they kind of completely owned every single aspect of that competition.
It's really hard to argue with a team that is willing to dive bomb into somebody else's spawn to really get some stuff done.
Yeah, especially with the spike traps.
Yeah, you just can't really do anything there. And Master really showing that he's not just good at Valorant. He's pretty good at Fortnite, too. Maybe OWCS should be watching out.
Maybe.
Or wait, no, I meant FNCS, not OWCS. Completely different thing, you know.
Oh, now I see. Yeah. That's obvious. All right, so we're ready to...
Trivial.
It's one round in the books, and already, yeah, Master and Veerdex seem to be the ones with the most confidence, the most swagger in their step. As still got a whole lot more to go through, though.
Yeah, we got a whole nother game, and I mean, we do have to determine who the second team will be. So I wonder if they're just going to have Master, Veerdex, and Wraith that just die off early, so that way they can take the other players and give them a shot, you know.
Yeah. So we are going to take a little bit of a short break, allow the refs to get everything all sorted away, and then be back with more of the Fortnite right after this.
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app. I know this car got you through college, but check this out. In my credit, your credit score looks good. And there's a great rate on this auto loan so we can score a roomier ride. Whoa, who's driving this thing? The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset. Because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great? Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance. Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app. I know this car got you through college, but check this out. In my credit, your credit score looks good. And there's a great rate on this auto loan so we can score a roomier ride. Whoa, who's driving this thing? The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great? Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
Welcome back to Bankers versus Broncos. We're currently in the midst of our Fortnite competition, taking on a bunch of different teams from ICCU and Boise State to see which one comes out on top at the end of it all. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Bryce Jensen. We're currently in the middle of Zone Wars. And Bryce, it seems like there's a clear differential between teams that have that experience building, making those ramps, having those quick edit tools in, putting on a masterclass and all of those kinds of skills, and those who don't, who are just kind of running across the open field. And especially in this type of game mode where there's really no terrain to speak of, it's all building.
Yeah, not a ton to cover that you can naturally rely on. Everything that you need is in your back pocket and on your blueprint sheet. You just got to write it all down, and then bang. You really need to figure out how to get across that field without getting gunned down super fast. And, you might think your spawn is safe, but as we've seen a few times, the birds can just fly in there and 100 pump you with a shotgun and then hit you with traps from all sides. So home is not really safe anymore. So you kind of have to play around that fact and do a little bit more, be a bit more aggressive with your play.
And we have definitely found out that a lot of the varsity players for Boise State, whether that be for Valorant or Rocket League, seem to be the ones that are most adept at Fortnite, but also just kind of some of those basic skills of, just general gunplay and stuff. You can still queue up in aim labs, make sure that your accuracy is just where it needs to be able to get all those headshots.
Yep, and sometimes that's all you need. Just being able to hit a few headshots is probably the most important thing in this game, just like any other shooter, really. I mean, headshots deal the most damage. You got to do them. You got to get them done quick in order to move through the rounds quickly. I mean, we saw the team up between Veerdex, Wraith, and Master as well. They were really tearing through. They got to 3. They won their first preliminary round. We've yet to see who got second in that round, though, so that'll be interesting to see who will move along with them. But we are either going into the second preliminary round or, if that was already played, into the first losers round. But we're going to have to wait and see about that one.
Well, I mean, we're going to find out. If we see Veerdex and Master in there, then we're at the winners round.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were winnering, definitely. They did a lot to really show the competition that they were definitely the best in the lobby. They really just took control of the momentum, really went after everything. Every single person they saw, they hit their W key, and they did not let off until they scored 3 eliminations. Then they turned their mouse to the next person and then ran straight at them and then did the same thing until they were the last one standing.
Well, the real question here is do you continue bringing out any baseball stars? Because apparently the performance has been a little subpar in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, baseball, the running transfers, but I don't think anything else really does. I mean, if you brought out a football player or two, maybe that might help. Just truck the enemy team, run straight through their walls, but I mean, even then, that's kind of a tall order. If anything, you need to bring some of the Olympic marksmen that we've had, and it does look like we are going into the game. Finally, we've got a few Nintendo Switch players on this team with Joe Vegan, Theo Wolf, and Olympic Koi. It is Theo Wolf and Olympic Koi. The last one's on live, but unfortunately, they are going to fall the Royals. So I believe that we are in the winners finals.
Oh my goodness, this is just this is disturbing to even watch. I mean, this bird here, I'm
a bird.
I never thought I would come across a bird that I would hate more than Canadian geese, but I think I might have found it.
I mean, Canadian geese have their time and their place. I mean, they taste good.
What time? Who? No one has Canadian geese. All they do is just come and poop all over the sidewalk and attack random passerbys.
Well, yeah, that's why you eat them.
No one is out there shooting Canadian geese.
Look, they're free. You just take them off the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure Fish and Game isn't going to come. I'm sure Fish and Game
going to do? You're in city limits. You're technically on public property.
Yeah, and just bringing out a shotgun. Yeah.
No. You don't bring out a shotgun. You just pick them up.
Oh yeah. Then they'll definitely let you do that.
I mean, if drunk people can do it, I bet you I can do it sober.
Those things have spikes in their tongues. They have spiked tongues.
Just like every goose. I mean, a lot of animals are more dangerous than you might think, but you don't see people running away from everything. I mean, geese can be kind of scary if there's a bunch of them, but if it's just one, you can beat one goose in a fight.
This is my personal hell, talking about Canadian geese this much. I mean, it's very clear that whoever's playing this bird is theoretically flipping it off to every single other player because, I mean, just using every single spike trap, clearly just running circles around every single person with the gunplay, whether that be through the rifles or the shotguns. There just really hasn't been too much competition to speak of.
Once again, Wraith finds himself at a very high position on the leaderboard. Just walking around, looking for his next victim. Royals is going to get another one. Ooh, Wraith barely missing. Man, how could you do that, Wraith?
I mean, you're just not seeing a whole lot of respect here. I mean, just walking right out in the middle like this, only using minimal, but I mean, gets 108 here, there, so that's a good headshot, and they all start retreating into their base. Problem is, you got these spike traps waiting, and yeah, I don't think this is a race they're going to win. Long-range fire takes down that one player.
And I think this is a wrap for the yellow team here. One last player to go, and I mean, oh no, 2 players. Oh, little bit of a spook, but in the end, it's a bit futile.
Yeah, but you get Royals to go on in there. The bird will take everyone out.
Sick 'em. Just one player left. Wraith with the sweaty movement tech. Sliding on the ground. Building in the air. Many hours of hard work has gone into the edit skills here. Just one player left. Who is it? Who will meet their match in the bird?
I mean, they're just kind of trying to hide out in their base, but it
only lasts for 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's the thing. And even if they're trying to get out of their base, they're just not going to have a high ground advantage.
Oh, this is kind of evil. This is like, this is basically stream sniping. You know exactly where they're going to be, but you're just waiting very slowly. But Teray has to come out at some point, and Virdex is going to shoot him down. And I believe that is a win for the Royals Wraith Virdex team.
Yeah, again, another complete win there.
Yeah,
I mean,
just a 3-0 sweep.
Yep, I mean, no competition whatever to be spoken of.
I mean, box fights are a little bit hard because they're not. It's a little bit hard to get really going once another team really has a stranglehold, because once you're stuck in your base, you're kind of just stuck there. You can't really go out. You got to push through a ramp. You got to go up to high ground, and it's really hard to take it because there is only one way out of that position, and everybody knows it. So it's a little bit hard to work around that.
Yeah, and we see a lot of the players when they do get pressured by this team. I'm just going to call them the bird team now because that's been the main thing. I mean, when they get pressured by them, they just kind of go up to huddle in their base, and it's just really hasn't been the winning strategy.
Nope. Turtling is a lot less effective in a game like Fortnite than it is in Rocket League with the goal. But, I mean, Royals, his team ended up winning that one. Was that the final round as well?
I mean, it would have to be because it's like they clearly won their first preliminary round, so we know they wouldn't go into losers.
Yeah, and then we didn't see Shohei Ohtani.
No, we didn't.
That must have been the winners. And then, are we going to? I think we might watch the losers now. Oh, come on, Boise State Esports, you gotta play it a little bit more smart. The bird is coming for you now.
Yeah, the bird.
Yeah,
and there we go. Now, Wraith getting his shot. Oh, what a nice shot there on the sniper.
I do believe Virdex was relegated to Broadcast's team instead of the Wraith Royals duo. So it is 2 against the world here, but I'm not sure if it's really going to matter in the end. Ooh, barely misses the shot, but...
Oh, but no building and just running across. What is this strategy? Just run around your base?
It is a choice. That's what it is. It may not be a great one, but it is 100% a choice, and it does look like that will be the end for whatever team the bird was hunting down. He's got taken out by Trey as well. It is a 2v4. This is the last team alive.
Oh yeah, make him fall.
Third team doesn't quite get the fall damage though.
That was one of my favorite victory royales I ever got, was through fall damage, just taking out their walkways.
Yeah, with a game like Fortnite, you do have to worry about gravity just a little bit. I mean, supports are everything, just like in about every game. You can't let your supports die or you'll fall tragically as well.
His Wraith and Royals have definitely been the favorites to win, but there's a huge disadvantage in terms of players, although one of them's going to go down with some help from the Storm. Now we're just down to 2 apiece.
2 players left, and they know exactly where they are. Just that one exit is really coming back to bite them. Nobody really wants to push out, and that's going to be the folly of a lot of these teams. No one wants to push out and go up against the Mad Bird. And, I mean, we can't really... I mean,
I can't even look at this. I'm getting motion sick.
Oh, it's Goku. The strongest. Oh, but he's going to go down to a trap. Round 4 goes to Royals and Wraith. 18 and 11 eliminations, respectively.
And yeah, that's...
I think that's game.
It would have to be, I was told, yeah.
Yeah, because it was first to 3, right?
Yeah, first, well, they were already at 3.
Yeah,
and
they
we
were
played
already
to
at
4.
3, and then this was just a victory lap.
I suppose so. I mean, if they want to take more than one victory, I think maybe for the finals it was first to 5.
Maybe? I mean, that would make sense. Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that is for sure.
Yeah, this is the end. Yeah.
Okay.
A little mistake in the first round, but that's okay. Stuff happens, and I mean, it didn't really matter in the end. It was a pretty clean sweep one way or another. The floors are fairly clean of different players. It is just a bird and Wraith to
I know. Just don't mess with the birds. That's the main lesson that we're walking away from tonight with.
Yeah, it's like one of those drive-by falconeers, like the ones who get hired to like take out sparrows. They just take their bird and they have them fly out the window and grab the sparrows. That's pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting sport if you ever are looking for something else to watch, something a little different.
Well, I mean, if that's winners, then I have to imagine we're going to see losers coming out here pretty fast, which to be perfectly honest, I'm a little bit more willing to see than winners. I mean, you can only see someone outbuilding the other person for so long.
Yeah, I mean, we saw so many people get trapped in boxes. It was almost like a packing plant. I mean, you just trap them in a box, and then they will never leave because that is where they met their maker, if you will. But yeah, the losers should be a little bit more even in the fights. I mean, we haven't seen as much movement or even really building out of a lot of these other players. And maybe a gunfight in the center, Call of Duty style, is what we're going to need.
Yeah, bring out no build or something like that. I mean, I think that's got to be the way.
Yeah, this is the way.
Oh, well, I think what we're seeing there on screen maybe is what we should... It looks like we're setting up lobby, just waiting for everyone to get on into the mix. And it'll be nice to see someone other than Veerdex and the Bird terrorizing everybody.
Yeah, and Veerdex wasn't even on the team in the last one. It was
no. It was Royals and the Bird.
It was a 2v. It was a 2v4v4v1 because Veerdex was on a different team. But into the final, or the losers finals, we go. The lobby should be about set up by now.
I mean, yep. The question is, I mean, how much building are we going to see in the losers finals? Are we going to see the mansion building?
One wall.
One wall. I can live with that.
Person.
That's what I want to see. I was legitimately getting motion sick for watching that building. I'm not joking. That wasn't a bit. I was legitimately like getting nauseous.
I don't get motion sick when I watch those, but it's more like, how does your brain register that quickly? Because, like, I mean, the edits are kind of okay. Like, there's a setting that you can turn on where you basically hold down the button, and then when you let go, it'll automatically start the edit. But most people don't do that. They, like, do the thing, and then they push another button.
Yeah.
So it's almost 7 button pushes for a lot of the more interesting. Actually, no, it's 6 for the most common edits that you need to push in a fraction of a second. And it's not like, oh, you're going from Q to E to Q to spacebar, something that you're easy. That's easy. Like you're moving your mouse to do it too. It's like, come on, we gotta do this quick. And it's always kind of
I
funny.
appreciated that demonstration.
It's always kind of funny.
That did
I don't know
give
why
me
the
a
numbers
smile
are
on
on
my
there. I'm
face.
not doing math this time. We already know how bad I am at math.
Yeah, but I mean, you're good at doing whatever that was.
Come on. Breathing very heavily into the microphone, being right next to him. And I swear, Fortnite players play with monitors.
I
closer
remember
than
the
Valorant
days when the
players.
most building you did was you built like a 1-by-1 tower, and you just, built that so you could have high ground. And if you wanted to take someone out, you had to build a ramp up to that tower and try to take them out.
Yeah, you just sat in the top there for the entire game and hoped you didn't have to move, and then you'd win the game because somebody would die to the storm or fall damage or something. But yeah, this should be a little bit more interesting game to go into. Shohei Ohtani is back, but unfortunately met his match. Unfortunately for him, Boise State Esports is the last one, and they don't exactly have a great record. Peter Griffin is landing on them. Oh, not even fighting back. And the pickaxe from Peter Griffin.
I do believe that is
That
a
is
spectator.
Wraith again.
Yep, spectator.
Yep.
So we actually do have a good match here, at least between purple and black here. Both players having 4. Oh, but that's quite a snipe to knock them out. And I don't think they're going to be quite able to recover.
Yeah, unfortunately for Peter Griffin, it is not going to work out so well for him. Just like Hatsune Miku, not really able to get up to do just about anything. Taking the launcher up to the top here, Peter Griffin with Royals is going to try and take out Finn the Human, but he gets away on his Jake balloon, kind of utilizing his friend's body in a way that most people wouldn't expect. Captain Hook is now on this team that I'm just now noticing. Oh no, the tomato. No, the tomato's going after him. Oh, the tomato was too much. Apparently,
Classic skin and classic gameplay. The build battle for the final shotgun.
Unfortunately, King Skegsis is allergic to tomatoes.
I would suppose so.
Segis. I mean, I don't know how to pronounce it. That's the best pronunciation that I can give you. Here we go into the game once more.
I guess every okay,
oh yeah, so yeah,
selecting
you
their
gotta
teams.
choose you gotta do your teams individually every time.
Vote for your favorite creator. Remember to smash that like button.
All right, everybody, make sure to smash that subscribe button. We are getting super close to 100,000
Hey, you
subscribers.
forgot the bell. Hit the bell
ring
too.
the bell too. Oh yeah, press here to favorite creator. Yep, you gotta push E for more. Don't actually push E though, because that puts you into a weird pop-up. But here we go once again, spectator, looking to get something done here with the sniper rifle. Standing really still
sees the
to
tomato.
make sure. Oh, gets a pop tomato, but jumps it. Almost gets the pick too. Sees Peter Griffin off in the distance. Hopefully no cutaway joke starts, but oh no. Here he comes. He's coming for production. Run, production, run! He's coming for... Oh, Royals got him.
You think that's bad? How about the time that
You think that's bad? How about that time I fought the giant chicken in Fortnite?
Well, he's certainly... Well, that's a maneuver right there.
Yeah, getting himself away from there. Getting up top. Gets the shot off. Takes shield out. And that is bye-bye Joe Vegan. The Vegan
and there goes the baseball player.
Oh, and the trap to finish him off as well. Just no respect for the Vegans.
Just gonna see Hatsune Miku.
Does not do
Goku, so yeah. I guess the American animation has won out over anime for this round.
Well,
more frames per second.
That is true, yeah. I mean, depends on the studio you're really talking about, though.
That is true.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Family Guy doesn't exactly have the most frames per second.
No.
But
when you go to an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon, that's like limited animation, ultimate limited animation.
Especially like when you get to stuff like Studio Ghibli, too. Just infinite frames per second.
So smash that like button here. Favorite creator time. Ring that bell.
And join the good Discord server as well. I mean, you got to do it if you want to see more goated zone wars. Just like we are seeing here with the Bankers versus Broncos. So far, Broncos do have a little bit of the advantage here. I mean, Royals really putting in some work.
A little bit. This whole time we've been watching Royals just go up to every single person's base and just take them out.
I mean, on the plus side, I mean, she's sharing the love a little bit. It's not like singling out one team or another.
I'm just hoping the spectator here actually lands a sniper shot. That's what I want to see.
Oh yeah, on Peter Griffin. Just make it lore accurate. Come on, shoot him out of the air. He's begging for it. He's begging for it. Get him. No. What is that aim?
It's the spray and pray. That is. Oh, that is not good.
They're bullying production. No. Got to turn on auto fire. No.
Oh, but he
right there.
He got 850 XP. Okay, that's gonna
make a difference. It's gonna get him to level 2 in the battle pass.
All right. You are watching Peter Griffin kills everybody. So let's get back to the action.
Oh, getting sniped from both sides.
Oh.
Let's get taken down to the lowest we've seen him yet. Just snipers ringing out from every side. Royals forced to the center. First time we've actually seen him forced out of a position. I mean, he's kind of been chilling in one spot the entire game, and Finn is.
What is he even doing?
Guard. Celestial Rose on their team is going to go down, but I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. In the end, Peter Griffin making short work of Finn in his Nikes, creasing the Jordans and lowering their eBay value.
And it'll take him out to secure the elimination. Purple down to 3, and now he'll, like you said, spread the love on over to Team 3 here.
Oh, he launches himself back on accident, making him free reign, but unfortunately not very many hit. It's 4 players in that small room. How's he going to work it? Otani goes down. It is Peter Griffin versus 3. But I think he's got this. I mean, oh, Enzo, he goes down as well, trying to res his teammate. Hatsune Miku still bleeding out on the floor across the map. I don't think they're going to die before this round's over. And once again, Royals takes the round.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Yeah, and I believe that is a win for Team Royals. I think.
I suppose so.
Yeah, I mean, best of 3.
I mean, first to 3.
First to 3, yes.
That's different than best of 3. We'd be done sooner if you smash that like button like a boss. Hit the bell.
And sub on Twitch.
Like and favorite.
I'm losing my mind. I get you. It's too much. It's all that brain rot that's been going on.
Yeah, that's the thing.
On like Instagram and that sort of stuff. It's getting to me. Production though, level 4, almost to level 5, and is going to be on Royals' team this time. Royals felt a little bad the last time, and it's gonna spread the love just a little bit to production.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, and we get to the peak round. Just seeing. Oh, look out!
Oh, almost got him. Oh, builds are being broken, but we're seeing more builds out of Oh, little combat roll as well.
Someone turned their DPS up.
Oh, man.
850 XP, there we go.
I think I just missed like 5 sniper shots on production.
But 850 XP, okay?
No. I mean, like, they missed. Oh! Yes! We saw it. Production finds 1. That's what we needed. Royals manages to get
get another.
Oh, almost missed. Almost hit that one.
I mean, I'm not going to backseat a, game here, but I mean, you could restock on your shields is what I'm saying. You got your shields.
That's true, but I mean, you're just going to hit this shot on Enzo. Oh, just barely too far ahead. Expecting the sprint to keep going. Oh, wait. Oh, the tomato is poking out. You can see that bright red head from across the universe, but does he see production?
No, he doesn't! Oh!
hit for 132.
Oh, production is cooking right now.
Yeah.
You see some walls built.
Can production.
Another 850. That's important.
Oh,
Tatsuni. Oh,
That is
production.
2 knockouts, but no kills yet secured. Another good shot from the heavy sniper rifle will be enough, and Hoskins is dead. Vocaloid is no more. You had your few months in the sun. Now Sabrina Carpenter is the musician of Fortnite. Shohei Ohtani back from the brink of death, and just kind of sitting there. Dove on by Royals, and now production
Where's
is
that?
getting.
No, run!
Oh, no.
That's not. Eat the fish. Eat the fish.
Yeah, you gotta
Eat
get
the
your
fish.
vitamins.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. No.
Oh, unfortunate for production.
I mean, hey, they got a whole lot of shots.
They got a kill.
Yeah.
That's more than what I can say for a few members of this lobby. And it will be Wraith that we are spectating in this matchup here. Royals is the last hope for production to get a win. And it is the 2 best players in the lobby up against one another. The Tomato sitting pretty comfortable on top, knows right where Royals is. Oh wait, or is it even Royals is this last one? No, it is Finn, who unfortunately dies very tragically.
All right, there we go.
And Boise State Esports managing to get a kill.
I mean, they're the winners as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they were shooting really straight on that one.
All right, so that will bring us to the end of this little smorgasbord of fun that we have been having here with Fortnite.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that was actually legitimately fun. watching production snipe every day. That should just be the play of the game right there.
Yeah, honestly, I think we should just call this a production victory.
Yeah, there we go.
They
Production.
spent so long just running out to the center, but you know what? For the final game, they said,
Bankers,
we gotta lock in.
Bankers, Broncos, production.
Yeah, production. It wasn't either of the B's, it was the P.
All right, there you go. That's the final word there. No B, all P here. Now let's get to actually the end of the match. See, we were just going through those so rapid fire. I've started to lose my mind, like Bryce said, all the brain rot going around. So we're just going to have to take a little bit of a break and regain our sanity. But we still have more Bankers versus Broncos for you soon, so do not go away. Thank you to everyone for ICCU for being good sports, competing, and all the Boise State Broncos for competing as well. That's all we got for you tonight. We'll see you next time.